now we're going to start having a look at this carburetor which came with the engine. It is a 389, which it's supposed to be. According to the specs that I've looked at, I think it's an 1 3/16 bore. Should have a number 3 slide. On one data table I looked at, because this is a Hawkstone engine, so it's a 31A, I think. Yeah, that should have a 480 main jet, number 3 slide. However, if you look on Amal's website, they list the 1960 Hawkstone as a 389/59. Yeah, number 3 slide, 106 needle, 30 pilot jet, which wasn't listed on the other one I looked at, the other data sheet, and a 440 main. So yeah, we'll have a look and see what we got. But first of all, I have noticed there is a little problem. Well, the usual thing with anal carbs, and that is this being tightened down too much and getting a bend in it. You can actually see the gasket is physically moving in there. I mean, this has been rebuilt, it's all new gaskets and everything on it. But yeah, that is going to be a problem, although I have got a new one which has been sitting in stock. And also got another old one, not sure what that one's going to be like, and also a spare one on there on this carburetor. Yeah, so we should be okay for that. So I think first thing I will remove that. It's a bit tight. Yeah, I think someone's used some goo in there. Ah, there we are. No, just a bit tight. Oh, that's okay. Actually, that looks like a new one. That's just been cleaned up. Might have been bead blasted. For interest, let's just see how this one sits, because it could also be that. Yeah, see, that's still a little bit of movement there. We might have to flatten off that. Yeah, I might just have to get this on the surface and give that a little bit of a flatten off, I think. Someone's been a little over enthusiastic with the tickler. Yeah, might have to test that. And I think I'll get a new needle for it. This is just a plastic one. Filter's never been used. Yeah, a bit dull in there, that's all. Again, that's a new fibre washer on there. What is that? Can't read that. Right, so that is a 370. So I don't need a jet. Right. A little bit tight. That might have got, as they do, over tightened. One would just be dirty. I'll give that a clean and then try it. What size is that? 3.5. Looks like a D. I'll have to see what that is. Looks like there's a bit of muck in there. Yeah, there is. Right, so that's a D. Let's find out what that is. What was that? 3.5. I think that's what that is anyway. The pen's just exploded. Right, let's do a little bit of a investigation and see what we can find out. Yeah, if we try this without the gasket, this is the new one, or a new one. There's a little bit of rock in that, but I think with the gasket on there, that should be okay. Certainly better than that one. Which is, yeah, really bad. Yeah, so I think that will be okay. I mean, there's a new one, so can't get any better than that. And that's flat. Right. Wonder if I have a throttle cable. Let's see. So that needle D is standard. The 109 needle jet is quite large. And the 370 is obviously smaller than what the specs say, but then this is a 3.5 inch, 3.5 slide as opposed to a 3 slide. So I wonder if that has actually been used, tried and tested, and yeah. Well, the only thing we didn't look at was the pilot, did we? Yes. That one. Yeah, so I'm wondering whether to just give it a go and see how we get on. I have ordered a larger larger main. What was it, a 440, so we can have a little fiddle around with that. That might just be a little bit of trial and error, really. I haven't got the light on, have I? I can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, and just see what happens. Right, what we got here? That looks like 25. So it should be that should be 30 for a pilot. So we've got 25 in there. Yeah, so it's all kind of I don't think it's the original carb. Yeah, so it might just be a trial and error. It might just be worth trying to see whether we can actually get it to start up. That would be interesting. I did find a cable which I've just filed the end down on the nipple, so that will actually go in there just about. I did have it in there a minute ago. Oh, I got the wrong end. No, right end. Yeah, that will actually go in there. A bit tight, but that will go in. Yeah, so I think we'll put it back together. See what happens. I think if I order the Viton needle, I think I need a different float. I think I need the stay up float. I don't think that works with these. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'll put it all back together, refit it, and see if we can rig something up. One thing that was missing, well, unless it fell out and I didn't see it, was the little brass spacer that goes on there. I don't remember seeing it, and unless it fell out when I tipped that over, could have done, but I can't find it anywhere. Yeah, so I just took one out of there. I'll just have to make another one to go back in that carb. That's only a bit of brass, so yeah, could soon knock one of them up. Yeah, so I'll put that new end cover on there, and you can see now that there's no movement in that gasket at all. I've just nipped them up, I've not gone mad on them. Yeah, so hopefully that won't leak. Carb refitted, exhaust fitted, no silencer. Slight problem, no head gasket. There wasn't one on there when I took that off. Just had some weld seal, which I've just put some more on, and then I thought surely that must have a head gasket. Sure enough, that should have a head gasket. Yeah. So I've ordered a couple, and yeah, so I'll just have to wait for that to turn up before I try and give this a start. But yeah, I'll just rig up some sort of temporary fuel supply, and yeah, hopefully we'll get something. But yeah, as always, waiting for a part, stop play. But there we are. I've got these anyway. Got these smaller P-clips, 32mm P-clips. That's nice and tight on there now. That's lovely. Yeah, so that'll be okay. That's ready to go. Not sure if that's going to be the final position, but we'll sit it there for now. Yeah, so that's about it until the until the head gasket turn up. I can't really do much more. Although my rims have turned up, so I think I might be building the wheel rim while I'm waiting, or the rear wheel anyway. Yeah, so we can get that underway. Now, I've now got the little lubricating pad there installed, and I did follow the instructions in the Villiers manual, which said to melt some grease and just let that soak up the melted grease, and then let it cool and fit it. So that's what we've done. Although I wouldn't say there's a lot of lubrication on there, but I was using high melting point grease, so perhaps I should have used normal grease. That did take a while to melt and did smoke a bit, but yeah, there is some on there. And I also had to put a different screw in here. I ordered the correct screw, but that wouldn't go in. That was completely wrong, so I've actually just tapped that out to a metric. I've got a metric bolt in there holding that in, but yeah, that don't really matter. Right, so that is in. Just waiting for my head gasket to turn up before I give it a try. Right, I'm going to attempt to start up. The float is not working, or the needle is not working correctly. So yeah, that did just leak out when I filled this up, or put it on the bottom of here. That did just flood out the float bowl, so we're going to have a look at that at any rate, but we'll give it a go, see what happens. This will be secure enough. About So if we get the fire, we know we're sort of there. We did have some fire up there, but got a bit of a kickback on it. Pressure on it. Can't get to the throttle quick enough. No, that's very good anyway. Hold that open a little bit. I've got no throttle on here at the moment, I've just got a bit of cable sticking out. And just grip it sort of a little bit open. Of course it may not start at all now. Well, I think we can say that that's sparking anyway, if nothing else. Just got no control over the throttle at the moment. Yeah. Whoa. Smoky. Right, yeah. So I need to sort that float. That float out. I'll have to get a stay-up float for that. But yeah. That certainly seems to go. Now I think we'll leave it there to try and get a proper setup with fuel. Yeah. Well, she runs anyway, of sorts.